Jax.Network is a layer 1 blockchain that produces the world's first scalable, mineable stablecoin.
How it is mine merging with the Bitcoin.
We are an upgraded version of Bitcoin. Jax will be used as a reserve currency.
What is the energy standard monetary system?
They can choose to give up these two rewards and mine stablecoins. Our protocol has been merge mined with at least 25 Bitcoin blocks as of today. Cypher Capital helped us in a big way. Miners are our bosses.
Hello and welcome. Thank you for tuning in. This is Cypher Talks and I'm your host, Viktor Zaman, KOL Manager for Cypher Capital. Today I'm pleased to welcome Vinod Manoharan, who is the founder of Jax.Network. Welcome.
Thank you, Victor. Thank you for having me here.
So I would love to dive a little bit more deeper into Jax.Network and what is their main goal to achieve.
Sure. Jax.Network is a layer 1 blockchain that produces the world's first scalable, mineable stablecoin. So what it helps us achieve is this mineable stablecoin then becomes the foundation for a Swift-like financial system. And this then has multiple use cases. You see, even back in the days, Henry Ford said that the world, if it moved to an energy standard monetary system, could avoid wars because the government simply has too much power in fiat. So we argue, and our entire project is based around this argument, that Jax is a better currency than any existing currency, and it helps create a better society. And we, as a project and as a team, provide the technological infrastructure for realizing Henry Ford's vision to create an energy standard monetary system. And we are trying to achieve that Jax will be used as a reserve currency and will be used as a regular currency for transactions by everyone in the world at some point. And that's what Jax.Network is all about.
Great vision. Thank you. So let's go a little bit deeper in about how it is mine merging with the Bitcoin and what can you explain about the...
Right. So although Jax.Network is a layer 1 blockchain and it's independent, we need to somehow borrow the mining power from somewhere in order to mine these stable coins. So you could look at Jax.Network as a software upgrade patch for the Bitcoin network if the Bitcoin miners decide to use this patch. And we have to add a bit of background here, technological background. Our network actually has 2 coins. One of which is called JXN. This is an asset coin, works like Bitcoin, and the other one is Jax, which is the stable coin that's pegged to energy, as I spoke to you earlier. And miners can basically choose between getting Bitcoins and JXN and just providing security to Jax.Network, or they can choose to give up these 2 rewards and mine stable coins and then engage in the production of these stable coins if they are deemed necessary by the market. So our network is, closely working with Bitcoin miners. Bitcoin miners defend our network, and that's how we are related to Bitcoin. I would even go to an extent that we are an upgraded version of Bitcoin, but that's something the market has to accept by accepting our upgrade. So we can safely assume that Jax.Network is version 2 of Bitcoin if 100% of the Bitcoin miners agree to merge mine Jax.Network along with Bitcoin.
What is the energy standard monetary system and what are their benefits for Jax.Network?
Right. So I'll give you a bit of history as to what has happened in human evolution. This idea of an energy standard monetary system was actually proposed by Henry Ford. And what Henry Ford said is that using such a monetary system could prevent wars. So that's one of the major benefits. I'll tell you how that plays into his statement. Like, let's rewind 100 years back. We had the gold standard monetary system wherein basically people could go and deposit gold into the banks, and the banks would give you dollars which were redeemable back into gold. The problem with such a monetary system is that gold is a very scarce element. So there is an incentive for everyone to kind of hold back to their gold because nobody can dilute them. And this created a lot of manipulation in the economy, and people were not interested in doing more work because they could simply hold on to the gold. So that's why if you spoke to your grandfather, he'd tell you, do not, lose your money, do not take loans, do not trust people in business, simply because he was part of the gold standard monetary system, and it promoted and incentivized people who were kind of stealing gold. So that's why you had mafias, which were very powerful. And then the government looked at it and they understood that, okay, so there is an incentive for people to kind of hold back to their goal. It's impossible to buy back their time to build a nation or build a community. So let's move to the fiat standard monetary system, wherein the government said, okay, we're going to have a central reserve. If they make a signature, we're going to print money, and this results in inflation. And basically, they're able to buy back people's work again using this new freshly minted money. And this is the fiat standard monetary system. And then people said, okay, now the government is becoming very powerful. The government kind of buys back my effort by printing more money, and I am obliged to accept this currency. And I'm really not, increasing my standard of life based on the effort I do, simply because of some mistakes made in the monetary policy. So the entire crypto ecosystem is actually an experiment at avoiding this problem and finding a better balance between the gold standard monetary system and the fiat standard monetary system. What Jax does is basically provide the technological infrastructure for Henry Ford's vision of energy standard monetary system by tokenizing the energy expended on Bitcoin mining, and it provides a perfect balance between the fiat standard and the gold standard, and how people accept it is something that we'll have to find out over time as adoption comes in. The benefits of it is that it's almost impossible to write off people's effort. People will obviously enjoy a better standard of life by transacting in an energy currency that is Jax. So these are the primary benefits. Of course, there's a whole lot of benefits because it's blockchain based. You can charge taxes on the blockchain. Governments can even build a CBDC around this energy standard monetary system, enjoy better technological progress. I'd go a bit philosophical and even say that, you see, the most important indicator of progress in a society is energy and how efficiently we harness energy. And Jax, by virtue of being pegged to energy, incentivizes people to innovate in the energy sector and be more efficient in energy consumption. And this, in general, should advance the standard of life of humanity as a whole. And these are some of the benefits. There are more, but this should be enough to kind of, make purpose for our project to exist and deliver such an energy token.
I love the visions for the future, and I will tell you great insights from the past. So what is the stage at the moment of the project? Where are you now?
So we are actually fully developed. A lot of people think this is a concept. It was a concept 3-4 years ago. It's a heavy R&D project. We've spent a lot of years trying to curb inflation in an energy currency, which is caused by Kumi's law, stuff like that. So now we have launched our layer 1 blockchain, and that is mining. In fact, our protocol has been merge mined with at least 25 Bitcoin blocks as of today. We hope to have 100% of the Bitcoin hash rate this year. We are now focusing more on marketing, although the markets are a bit down now because whatever is happening. So we are now trying to focus on bringing adoption to our stable coins. We have something like MakerDAO, wherein you can deposit energy tokens and get fiat-pegged stable coins. And we have a bunch of arbitrage products that are coming around that. So our goal is to ultimately bring mass adoption of Jax. And to do that, now we're building certain leverage products, certain arbitrage products, social network style UBI-based products like the one I spoke about, to the ecosystem to bring adoption of Jax, and also ramping up the marketing to bring awareness around such an energy standard monetary system.
Amazing.
Right now.
Amazing, honestly. So I would like to finalize with the question, who are your key backers for this ecosystem?
So you see, we are a proof of work blockchain that is almost, an upgrade to the Bitcoin network. So everybody that's key in the Bitcoin network is closely associated with that. Pardon me if I drop a few names, but to kind of pinpoint a few key people, one major person who's backing us is Professor Scott Stornetta. He is the co-inventor of blockchain technology, and he was cited in the Bitcoin paper by Satoshi 3 times in the footnotes. And a lot of people think he's Satoshi because he speaks Japanese, but that's a separate debate altogether. And he's one of the persons who identified our idea and understood what its impact could be in the very early stages. And then we have Professor Hafid, who's written tens of papers in blockchain technology, scaling them, censorship-resistant, independent blockchains, and he's also advising us on the tech side. You see, as a proof-of-work network, we are ultimately controlled by the miners, and miners are our bosses, for the lack of better words. And Cypher Capital has actually, helped us in a big way in terms of defending our network in the very early stages. Bijan personally, he, contrary to what a lot of people advised him, he went on to support us with all his connections, with all his mining hash rate behind him. And Cypher is one of our most specially privileged partner in terms of mining and defending Jax.Network. I even go to an extent of calling them the guardians and defenders of Jax.Network blockchain at this early stage. And Bijan is like a general who's kind of defending our network. And eventually we hope to partner with more and more miners, but we're always thankful to Cypher for being one of the earliest, backers of our network, and hence defending the security of our blockchain.
Thank you for your kind words, Vinod, and taking your time to be with us. Please, I see a beautiful future and looking forward to hear more about Jax.Network.
Sure. Thank you so much, Viktor, for having me here.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and see you next time.